I'm back, everybody. Eric, free NFL bets. Let's break down the Monday Night Football game. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, the line's at -9, and the over/under. Let me see what the over/under is at here. Over/under is at 45.5. And let's see. There's a little bit of weather supposed to happen in this game. It's supposed to be some thunderstorms, some rain, a little bit of wind gust. I think it's like 10 to 15 mile per hour winds with up to 25 mile per hour gusts. Later in the evening, like around 11 o'clock, I think is when the wind's supposed to pick up. So I don't think it should be too much wind involved, but maybe some slight wind where it does affect some kicking and, things of that nature. And obviously the balls can be slick, wet football bouncing around there. So with all that said, let's look at the injuries. Kansas City's pretty healthy on offense, relatively to who's been playing. Offensive line is fully healthy. Obviously, Patty's looking good. Wide receivers, they have enough. They have DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Watson, I believe, the white guy. He's really good. He's an underrated wide receiver, in my opinion. I like him a lot. They still got McCole Hardman, and they still have Xavier Worthy, and obviously Travis Kelce. So the offense is straight. The defense side of the ball, everyone's healthy except for the secondary, and the defensive end, Mike Dana, I believe, is out. Dana. He's a pretty solid guy. But they got Josh Uche from the Patriots, so they'll be good. That front seven's still really, really good for the Chiefs. And it's just that one cornerback spot that's injured. Pretty injured badly because Jalen Watson, he is on IR, the starting cornerback, and then Najee Johnson, his backup, he is out this game as well. So it's Chamari Connor, who I like Chamari Connor a lot. I really like him. He's a physical corner, not afraid to tackle, usually in the right spot. He's a good football player, good young corner. But the other guy coming in for him, they got Keith Taylor Jr., Joshua Williams. Like, I've never heard of these guys before in my life. So, that's something to monitor. But the only thing is that the Buccaneers have some serious concerns with their wide receiver group. Jalen McMillan. Let's check the practice report here. Jalen McMillan, probably their best wide receiver right now that's healthy enough to play. He practiced. I guess his hamstring popped up because it looked like he gave a full participation on Thursday and Friday and then was limited Saturday. So, I don't know. Hamstrings are kind of weird. You would think he would play just because they really don't have anybody else there. Sterling Shepard, he also has a hamstring. Golly, what's going on with the wide receiver hamstrings? Because Mike Evans got a hamstring problem too. What's going on? What's going on in Tampa? But yeah, Sterling Shepard, he did not practice Thursday and Friday, and he had a limited participation on Saturday. I would think he would probably suit up and go because, Tampa Bay really does not have any wide receivers right now, guys. Like, outside of Sterling Shepard and Jalen McMillan. Let's see who else they got there. They've got Trey Palmer, Ryan Miller, Raheem Jarrett. So, obviously guys we're not familiar with. So Kansas City's probably going to get away with having a backup, like a third string cornerback in. So I expect the Kansas City defense to continue playing well like they have been playing all season. And then obviously the weather is probably going to play a little bit of a factor too. So passing the ball, which the Buccaneers like to pass the ball, and they'll probably be losing in this game, and they'll probably need to pass the ball. I would say that doesn't favor them. So even if all their wide receivers like Jalen McMillan and Sterling Shepard play. I don't know. I don't feel good. No one's, lighting up Kansas City's defense right now. So I definitely lean Kansas City defense having a good showing at home in prime time. You just kind of wonder are the Chiefs, are they going to show up and are they going to be ready to go? Because the one thing we can count on with Baker Mayfield is he's a gamer and he's never going to give up, and they're going to come back and they're going to give a good effort no matter who the wide receivers are out there. So it's really, to me, the handicap of this game, breaking down this game, comes down to whether or not you think that this Kansas City Chiefs defense is going to be able to care enough in the fourth quarter, in the fourth quarter, up 10 points. Like if they're up 10 points, if they're up 14 points, are they going to care enough to stop Baker with like 2 minutes left, going down the field, giving it his all? I don't know. That's a big question for me. And so it's a clear stay off spot for me, stay away spot. Sorry, I'm looking last week. Oh, Bucky Irving, too. He may not play either. He didn't practice pretty much all week. I think he was limited Saturday, did not practice Thursday or Friday. So who knows if he plays. So, yeah, I mean, the wide receiver group, Ryan Miller had 3 catches last week. Trey Palmer had 2 catches. Cade Auden had a big big day last week. I'm sure he probably has another big week, too. Baker and him have good chemistry. Sterling Shepard only had 3 catches last week, so I don't think Tampa's going to score much. I think that might be a good bet. Tampa team total under. I don't know what it's at. It's probably like 17.5 or something like that. So I don't know. That's kind of the way I guess I would lean. But for me, Kansas City is 5-2 covering the spread this year. Let's check real quick. Kansas City is 5-2 covering the spread. Tampa Bay is 4-4. Not much there really. This game's tough. It's probably going to be like a 2-possession game in the fourth quarter. And it's just all about whether or not you believe Kansas City's going to close this game out in wet weather, a little bit of wind, a little bit of elements. I would lean Tampa Bay covering. I would lean Kansas City not really caring in the fourth quarter. That would be the way I would lean. Kind of a low-scoring game, under 45.5. I do like that. Let me see the trends. Let me see what these two teams are at over/under for the season. Kansas City's 3-4 to the under, and Tampa Bay is 6-2 to the over. So 6-2 to the over for Tampa. 3-4 to the under is Kansas City. It's a tough spot, guys. 45.5 because, we didn't touch on the Tampa Bay defense. Tampa Bay's without Jamel Dean, their best cornerback, and their secondary's just been really bad this year. I mean, they've been bad against the run too, which is, I don't know. Their front seven on paper is talented, so I don't understand why they're not doing better than what they are. But I mean, Kansas City should be able to get theirs. They should be able to get theirs, and I would probably look at the elements again, like the wind and the rain, and see like, hey, how much is it really pouring down before kickoff, and then maybe look at placing an under bet, because I don't think the passing is going to be great, even though there's good matchups to be had there. So it's a clear stay off game for me, guys. I'm gonna just watch as a fan tomorrow night, and kind of just go from there. So follow all my official plays. I had a really solid week this week, 7 units, won, and I'm up to like 56% on the season, 21 units. $100 better would be up $2,100 right now. So, yeah, give me a follow at Twitter at Easy Money Wins. There's going to be a lot of NBA plays tomorrow from me. I bet the NBA and the NFL. So, follow me there, guys. Follow me there at Easy Money Wins. And I will see you on the Thursday Night Football podcast.